Hey guys, this is Bronco doing a Reach track review, and this is the MLG Savior special. MLG Savior has been asking for me to do a review on him for a while, and I finally had the time and got around to do it. And first of all, I want to say that MLG Savior is one of my favorite map makers, especially for roller coasters, and his maps are very difficult. His spirals, his signature kind of is at the beginning of race. He has a big downward spiral, and on this map, don't mean to interrupt what I was saying, but on this map, it has these waved turns, and they are very difficult to get around. So going high speed, there is a great risk of falling off, so definitely watch out for that. Be cautious going over that, because you might fall off if you're not paying attention. But anyways, MLG Savior is one of my favorite map makers, just because of how much work and effort his maps, it kind of his maps showcase his work and effort, and some of his one of my favorite tracks by him was Razor, and I didn't review this one because I've already reviewed it. These are all tracks I haven't reviewed by him yet. So yeah, I really like him. This next map is called Sunset Beach, and as you can see, it is a double wide, and kind of has like a sunset color effect to it. And this track is, it's mostly a sky track, but I would consider it double wide because it does touch the ground at some time. So, I consider this a double wide. And this track, it doesn't have too much stuff in it. Like, there's some hills and stuff, but there's not really anything too special or unique about it. Don't get me wrong, it's still a fun map, and with a lot of people it's very competitive, but racing on it by yourself, it can be it can get a little boring by yourself. But definitely with a lot of people, this map is really fun, and I do recommend this if you like double wides. And this thing at the end works nicely, works every time for me. This next map is called Witchcraft, and the one thing about this map is it is one of the first maps that I have seen with a 90-degree drop, 90-degree drop. And this isn't it, but this is another one. It just you fall straight down. And this map, it's not like his other maps. Usually his other maps have a lot of sharp turns and stuff like that. This one's more spread out and has a lot of a lot of driving areas where there's not too much you have to do, like just driving in areas, I guess. But coming up here, this is a jump, but after this there's after this hill there's the 90-degree drop. And one thing about the 90-degree drop is it does not work all the time. I think, as you'll see here, it threw me off my mongoose and threw me off the side. So it does not work all the time, so you have to be careful. But it does work. You saw there I stayed on. And worst case scenario, if you don't fall off and die, you'll probably just fall off and slide to the bottom, and then you can just get back on your mongoose because it'll slide down there with you. But yeah, so this map has a couple of things that resemble spirals. This isn't exactly a spiral, it's more like a banked turn. But that checkpoint, I missed it because it did not go all the way to the edge, which was sad. And also about that checkpoint, it's kind of placed too close to the turn, because if you're not going fast enough, it can be difficult to get up and over the turn and have enough speed coming down that hill and up this hill, over this jump through the Joshua, and down here. And on that jump, it doesn't have a lip, so sometimes you might spin like I did. I'll spin off, but it works most of the time. As you can see, there's no lip here, and your back wheels hit first. So when your back wheels hit first, you could have a little spin of some sort. But coming towards the end of this map, I'm not sure if he ran out of stuff to build with, but the end of this map is There's nothing too special about it. It's really just a long line of racing with a couple of man cannons to speed you up. And there might be but so basically you just race along this flat part, and I wish you would have done more with this track. I thought it would have been more interesting. But this track really is unique because it has the one of the first 90-degree drops that I've seen that actually works most of the time. So this next map is called Wretchless, and this map, first I'm going to say it can be difficult at some point. Here's the spiral at the beginning, and I fell off the side. But there's the spiral at the beginning that he's kind of known for. He always starts his track. He usually starts his tracks off with a big downhill spiral. And so this track has it has more of the turns, and it's more roller coaster style than the last one. The last one is kind of a more flat roller coaster. This one has a lot more hills and waves in it. Also, this one has some jumps, which I think is nice because I like a roller coaster that has a combination of hills and jumps. And I'm just going to say, coming down here, you really want to make sure you can't rely on those one-way shields, because you saw I hit that one and it just flew me straight off, so you're going to want to try and not use them. As you saw there, I almost fell off, but it pushed me back on. So try and not rely on those because they do not work. And up here there's a 180 jump, and I think 180 jumps are cool. It's just I don't like to use them because they don't always work. And as you saw there, I didn't land it perfectly and kind of rolled over, which can be detrimental to your race. And coming up here, this is a very steep incline, and especially when it's angled downward like that. So basically, you have to hit it perfectly, and kind of try and stay to the left so you will hit the man cannon, because the man cannon is really what helps you get up that incline, and without it doesn't really work. Also with this, that jump's a little misleading, because if you go off the top side, you'll fall off the top, but if you go off the bottom side, you'll hit the bottom of the track. So I think you should have maybe raised it a little, so it didn't intersect with the other half of the track, because, you know, it's kind of difficult, because going over the top, you'll fly off. Going over the bottom, you'll hit the other side of the track. So maybe if you made it a little higher, it would have worked a little better. But overall, I like his maps, and yeah, one of my favorite map makers. So please see the description and download his maps because they're really cool.